I know it's a tea time, it's just one session before the tea time. Everybody's eagerly waiting. I can see everybody's faces like, just beaming up with like, I want tea right now or coffee. I wish I could have had the tea served here, but unfortunately the organizers were like, no, you can't, basically. But this is something, again, very much relatable to what we've been talking about since morning. So I was, again, resonating with the fact what Mr. Saurabh Garg also mentioned uh, about how are we built great ecosystem, we built companies, we've built a good ecosystem, we've enabled India to be on the roadmap to become the biggest startup, having the biggest startup ecosystem in the world today, okay? But at the end of there is an underlying curiosity and underlying challenge which again needs to be addressed on a much broader level. Uh, that's something which what I'm going to be talking about today. So let's take a deep dive into where does the chaos actually lie. Okay. So this is our current landscape. This is what pretty much looks like. Okay, I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of this. So congratulations to Bangalore. So being the topmost, having the topmost startups, like the maximum amount of startups in India. So that's something which is there. A round of applause to this city. That's something which Delhi NCR, followed by Mumbai, and then rest of India is something that. So this is the kind of landscape that we live in. But do we really know what are some of the underlying challenges that are there for every single startup that is there? Okay, every single startup has somebody in the startup, especially the CEO or the operations head, or somebody who's actually running day-to-day operations with this kind of a face. Every day, or at least once in a week, he has this kind of a face, okay, wherein they talk about like what is going on. I'm completely clueless about what is going on. So this is what happens. What are some of the reasons behind it is this. There are workflows. I think it's a little unclear, but yeah. There are workflow collaborations, okay? So there are workflows that have been set in process. The operations, the CEOs, the CTOs, everybody has set in some workflows, okay, which are mandatory for, there are some processes which have to be followed by the entire teams, okay? But it doesn't happen at the end of the day, and things start falling. Second, there is always a lot of planning, strategic planning, quarterly planning, monthly planning, okay? Everything keeps on happening, okay? But there's always a gap that everybody sees, okay, in what happens, or as to what is being planned. The third is, most important, is time management, okay? How do you make sure that every single hour or every single day, not so much for an hour, but so hours are something not everybody contributes to. Specifically, I'll leave apart the developers who specifically work on the hourly range, but on a day-to-day basis, your days, how are your days being managed? Okay, that's very, very, very critical. Okay, on a day-to-day basis, how productive are you at the end of the day? So there is a statistics which I was reading the other day. I don't have that put it on my slide, but there was a statistics that I was reading yesterday. Apparently, earlier it was like long back. It was 20% of your time, okay, of your daily time is actually what you contribute to the bottom line of the organization. Think about it. It's only 20% of your time in a day is what you actually contribute to the bottom line of your organization. 80% of your time is actually goes out in having mundane task or a repetitive task being done, sending out emails, doing follow-ups. How many of you do this? Think about it. Sending out emails, sending out follow-ups, okay? Calling up your vendors, calling up your suppliers, okay, on what's happening and what's not, okay? These are some of the repetitive tasks which do not contribute anything to your bottom line, okay, at the end of the day, or so much so that your top line, okay? So that's something. How you can manage your time effectively is very, very, very important, okay? The other challenge is, again, roles and responsibilities. There are always overlaps on one person wearing multiple hats in a day, or in a month, or during the entire course of his career within a single organization, one person wearing multiple hats and end up doing nothing at all, okay, having no productivity, no productive results at all. Okay, so that's again a conflict between roles and responsibilities, what exactly each person is supposed to be doing. Last but not the least, one is again, the accountability and the measurement. Overall, if you see the overall perspective, your accountability and the measurement are something which you actually need to, your KPIs. This is directly related to your KPIs and KRAs. Every organization, the moment you apply for a role within the organization, there are certain KPIs and KRAs which are set, which directly contribute to your accountability and your measurement. If that doesn't happen, now just imagine that you have a certain KPIs being set and there is no measurement technique, or there is no way that you are actually measuring a particular employee. What happens to that employee at the end of the day? It results in a attrition rate. It eventually goes down the drain, and there is a very high attrition rate that happens. Now let's talk about how do we go about some resolving this, okay? Now, along with this, there are some operational struggles also, okay? Not only there are some challenges, so these are some of the very high level challenges, but there are some operational level challenges as well, which every day we struggle with. Missed deadlines, communication bottlenecks, projects are getting delayed beyond expectations, and for which there is no answer to it, eventually leading to some losses. I'm pretty sure everybody's gone through that journey, okay, that wave of ups and downs, okay. I'm pretty sure everyone has done that, okay. Everybody has been through that. So there's always an information overload, okay. So think about it that way, is that you may be receiving thousands and thousands of emails or hundreds of emails every day, okay. At the end of the day, how do you keep a track of it? How do you keep a track of what did I have to do in the morning? Probably you got an email in the morning and it just, by the end of the day, you only managed to reply to the last email that you received in a day. What happened to that email which you received in the morning, which was something very, very, very critical, and just because there was an information overload by several pounding of emails or overload of information, that particular task got missed. So leading back to, again, it's a vicious cycle. One task gets missed, you have missed deadlines, you have delayed projects because of that, you have losses eventually. So it's kind of a vicious cycle that goes into. But as everyone said, as Sansu said, there's always a silver lining to every dark cloud, right? So in chaos, there's always an opportunity. Now, where does that opportunity lie is with Monday.com, okay? So now let me just walk you through what Monday is. Absolutely, I think, how many of you over here have ever heard of this platform, Monday, or this is the very first time that you're actually hearing about this platform? You've heard of this platform before? Fantastic. I see that some heads up going over there. So this is what happens in Monday. You have a blank canvas, okay, available to you to design your entire process, a day-to-day process, okay, on Monday. It's a function agnostic, it's an industry agnostic. There are companies from manufacturing to e-commerce to all the way to retail, to logistics, HR, marketing agencies, media giants like Viacom. So we recently had Viacom been onboarded to Monday. So that's which is there. So yeah, so there are a lot of different giants who are a lot of different companies. So it's an industry agnostic and it is a function agnostic because of being being a blank canvas wherein you can every function of the organization. Because at the end of the day, think about this: HR or operations or project management or finance or anyone, at the end of the day in an organization, what you essentially do is a task management. You are assigned a particular task which you are supposed to be completing it within the guided timelines, okay? So essentially what you do on a day-to-day basis is nothing but a task management, which eventually rolls up to the process, which if your tasks are being performed effectively, which eventually rolls up to the effectiveness of the whole overall process, and that's where you bring about the overall profitability and overall achieving your own personal KPIs. It's, again, as I mentioned, it's trusted by organizations worldwide. There is an organization-wide clarity that you get. So eventually in Monday, what happens is that, think about this in this way, is that if you have your entire organization working out of a single platform, okay, so HR is working out of Monday, sales, I'll give you a best example. Sales is working out of Monday, they are driving their entire process on Monday, they are generating the leads on, they're doing a lead management on Monday, they're converting that particular leads into win orders on Monday, that win orders goes into production, that production delivers that order, it raises an invoice, everything is happening on Monday. At the end of the day, what's happening is you get a single, the CEOs, the C-level teams, they get a single source of truth, because the entire value chain, okay, all the way from your sales to HR to your operations to your product deliveries and to your last mile revenues are currently being tracked on Monday. So eventually what you get is a rolled up information in terms of your portfolios, so you have an overall single source of truth available. This is what happens with Monday, is you no longer have Monday blues. This is where the name actually came from. So Monday blues was one common term which everybody in the organization, everybody, like, I don't think so anybody who's ever worked in a corporate has not come across this or something like that, that they don't have Monday blues or something like that. So that's exactly the name where it actually originated from. It was actually Doppels. The original name of this particular platform was Doppels, and it got changed to Monday.com is precisely for this reason, is, again, you do not have Monday blues. So with Monday blues, by eliminating Monday blues, you have clear timelines, you have centralized your task management, okay? You've got centralized tracking, you've got real-time collaborations available. That's something which is there. Let me just quickly walk you through what the platform is. I think I've spoken enough, and I think it's time for us to view what it is. Can I have the first video played?
If you could imagine your ideal way of working, what would it look like? Well, chances are, each and every one of you will have a different answer. That's why we created Monday.com WorkOS, so that every business, no matter the industry or size, can do better work. Monday.com WorkOS adapts to every team's needs and connects departments in one unified workspace, giving the entire organization the ability to zoom out, track all moving parts, and make smarter decisions in real time. Now, what if your goals change? What if your business grows? Thanks to our range of building blocks, Monday.com WorkOS is able to evolve with you, so you can dream big and reach new heights of efficiency. So, let's explore what makes up a WorkOS. With automations, no task is left behind. Monday.com will free you up from busy work so that you can focus on actual work. You can link teams, automate processes, and connect your favorite tools. No coding required. For example, when campaign status changes to approved, create a budget request on the finance department board and notify Alex. That way, things move faster, and everyone can work more efficiently. We're powered with real-time reporting that you can actually set up yourself, so that your departments can make informed decisions and maximize efficiency, like spotting unnecessary spending or reallocating resources at the click of a button. Get everyone aligned towards the same goals with built-in WorkOS features, like Monday Forms that help you kick off projects and seamlessly collect data, and Monday Work Docs to co-edit and collaborate on ideas in real time. You can also choose our dedicated products to power the core of your business, packed with built-in practices to help you meet your goals even faster. And you get total peace of mind, knowing that our security and compliance keep your customer information fully protected. With over 180,000 customers across 200 industries, Monday.com WorkOS empowers you to achieve whatever you do, however you do it.
That's just a small glimpse of what we do. It's way more than, it's a very powerful tool, and I'll show you a couple of more capabilities on what they are. So you also saw automations and integrations. So when I was talking about automations and integrations, is something like if you want to send out a due date, when I was talking about follow-ups, why do you need to actually send out a follow-up email or to someone? Why not automate that entire task? Why do you need to send out why do you need to escalate something if a certain deadline has been missed? why do you actually need to create a escalation matrix? Why not have the escalation matrix automated completely? Okay, why do you actually need to send out alerts or notifications, or so much so that if you are already working on a tech stack of your own, so let's say for example Jira, okay, I think Jira is something which everybody spoke about, my previous peers also spoke about. With Jira, we have, so Monday has an out-of-box integration, so let your tech team work out of Jira, okay? So now, so much so that HR, so there are a lot of HRMS tools that are available in the market, like let's say for example, Spine HR, Keka HR, there are a lot of HRMS tools available. Now let your HR team or anyone so much so that let them work out of that particular platform. Monday has a direct integration with that. Just manage the task directly from Monday. That's how you can actually effectively automate that entire process. I have something more. We've been talking about, so previous 2 sessions, I think a couple of sessions were there wherein I spoke about a lot of AI being, a lot of concepts on, a lot of different chats happening on AI. So I thought, why not, just have show a glimpse of where we've also joined the bandwagon of AI. Why not just showcase some capabilities of Monday also on AI? Can we have the second video, please? This was just a small glimpse of, with regards to marketing, like how you can actually create your own campaigns. You need not even spend hours and hours creating campaigns or something like that, or creating a task list, even so much so that for your projects or for any of your app developments or anything like that, you have the entire task list available. You can just populate that as a particular task list. You can ask the AI to create give you the task list and populate that as your task. You can also do an auto assignment. Okay, with the AI, that's such a type of task. I need to assign it to so and so person. Monday AI can do it for you. That's something which is there. I'll be very quick about this. Just a last case study I just wanted to run by you before I end the session. So just one last case study. Can we play this?
I grew up with a guitar in my hand. I always either played music or listened to music.
Hi, I'm Yoav. I'm the Director of Strategy and Operations at Deezer. We bring the music. We find the right music to serve to our users in the right moment.
I run all the transversal projects in the company.
Anything from launching a new market to organizational design would be in my scope.
About a year ago, we decided to launch in the Middle Eastern region, which meant launching in 22 countries. And I got a call from our CEO saying, hey, Yoav, we want to launch in 45 days. Can you pull it off? So of course, I said, sure, no problem. We need to adapt the product for the local needs. We need to curate the local music, understand the metadata, put it into playlists, develop a marketing strategy, hire local teams on the ground, open offices. And until very recently, I used to manage all these complicated projects on sheets. And once one of my sheets reached 17 tabs, I understood I have a problem. I started working for the document.
I went online to look for project management tools.
I took one of those sheets and transformed it to 4 tools that looked promising. Functionally, all of them worked. They all would have done the job. But something about Monday just felt right.
I needed something that was smooth, that was easy, that was sexy enough to make our C-level managers come back to it.
Because of the nature of my work, which touches all the different departments, people started seeing my boards. And managers actually came to me and say, hey, we want to also onboard our team. Now everyone's working on the same boards, on the same pipelines, on the same templates. And because of that, can work in parallel instead of linearly.
Monday helped me personally with time management because I am sending much less emails reminder emails and emails with links to specific tabs in specific documents. And also time spent in meetings, because everyone is constantly on the same page. They subscribe to the same board, they see the same information. You spend much less time on aligning everyone during meetings, making sure that the people in Sao Paulo knows what the people in Paris knows.
That was one of our success case stories, wherein a small company just publishing playlist for different countries. How did they manage to go from Excel to, so you saw that the guy, he actually took that Excel, tried 4 different tools and came out with the fact that yes, what looks better, what populates the data better, and what gives me the better results effectively. So that's something which is there. Last, I won't take much of your time, this is the last slide. Monday has been rated for 2nd year in a row as a leader on the Gartner quadrant as well, with regards to adaptive from a project management perspective as well as from a reporting perspective. So that gives you sufficient enough credibility on how powerful this particular tool can be. We are there at just at the back. We're there at the booth. So probably if you have some time during a tea break, please feel free to come and chat. I'll be happy to turn you across. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thanks.